So how did you get involved with Duchess?
Well, I was involved from the start. The whole thing was conceived between myself and Charlotte back in 2018. Um, as I recall, we were having sushi together and we were talking about gangster films, and we had this notion of like, what would it be like to do a female Scarface? And it kind of grew from there. And I think, I wrote, even though it's the third film we've made together, it was the first one we wrote together. So it went through quite a genesis of like from that back in 2018, and then we made the Reckoning in 2019, and then there was COVID, and then we made The Lair in 21, and finally got to shoot Duchess in the summer of 22. So it was a long process, but it was constantly refining the script to get it to where it was.
And we don't see a lot of female gangster films out there. So how important was it to kind of get this going as well?
Back in 2018, I can't think of any other female gangster movies that were out there. But since then, and stuff like that would that have had female gangsters, but it's still essentially quite rare. And even though it does exist, there's been famous female gang. And I think that's why the character of Charlie was kind of put in there as to sort of show that these characters have been around.
And working with Charlotte, you said this was your third film together. How has that relationship grown over the years?
Well, it's fine. Been a creative collaboration. In terms of writing, I always tend to do the physical writing, but we're always talking about ideas and swapping notes and stuff like that. And then on set, once we finish that, it's very delineated that she's there to do the acting and I'm there to do the directing, and I'll handle any script duties that need to be done. But she kind of there's a point at which she stops being the writer and becomes the actor, and from there, our kind of personal lives, it's on the set of my job, and we're very professional about it. So
And how was it like filming Duchess as well? Just with the cast is so great with Colm, Philip, and Charlotte. It had to be kind of a director's dream to have this cast involved with Duchess.
it was incredible. I mean, Stephanie, Philip Winchester's a lovely, lovely guy. I got Sean Pertwee back as well, it's just like working with your best mate. I put together like a really awesome cast, and went down to the Canary Islands to shoot it, which wasn't so bad. And it was a fun time. It was hard work. We didn't have long to shoot it, but we got everything in there.
And what inspirations kind of drew for the visual inspiration of Duchess? Because it does feel like that old school kind of gangster film, right? So, was there any films in particular other than Scarface that helped inspire the look of Duchess?
70s, well, 60s, 70s movies. So I wanted to give it that kind of vibe to it. It's specifically in terms of and some of the use of effects and stuff. They give it a set vibe. But I just thought how specific films. I guess it's not specific films, but I was obviously heavily influenced by Scorsese and Goodfellas and Casino with the voiceovers and things like that, and a bit of Guy Ritchie with some of the captions. But even Guy Ritchie got that from things like The Wild Bunch and stuff like that. So I think those late 60s directors were doing freeze frames, and it's all in things like Bonnie and Clyde, another great gangster movie. But I just love that stylistic quality.
And you're known for some genre films, like you directed The Descent. How was it like transitioning from genre films to an action film like Duchess this time around?
Well, for me, I find it relatively easier because it's just working from the script. I love all, as a cinephile, I just love all of all that's not a fantasy, that's not sci-fi or strong genre elements to it. But it was just a case of creating a different environment. I've always wanted to do this kind of stuff. I like action, so I just put it in there.
Are you looking forward to do any more action films after Duchess as well?
Definitely. I'd like to do at least one, just like on the film I want to record is something that is cut.
Are you still there, Neil?
I'm still here. Yeah.
All right. My internet's kind of acting unstable at the moment, so I do apologize. Uh,
No worries.
What are you looking forward to the most out of audiences getting out of Duchess as well?
Well, I think I've made a good cinematic, entertaining movie. It's got a little bit of something for everything. It's got a bit of romance, a bit of comedy. It's got action. It's got drama. It's got some violence and gore, and it's got something for everyone there. So I think it's actually just a really good, fun, night out if you're going to go and see it at the cinema or watch it at home, whatever. But like, it should entertain people.
Well, Neil, thank you so much for joining us at Infamous Horror. It's been so much fun, and congratulations on the film, and we look forward to what you got next.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Neil.
Thanks.